and drugs and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think I left my hoodie here. Well, it's not my hoodie, it's his. So I'm hoping that I left it here. It's a big one. It's too big for me. The man's big. So I got to check it twice to see if it's here.
Yeah.
And you know how some people will say, "No, that's mine." No, I'll recognize it. But yeah, because if I don't, I'll have to pay him $100 for a hoodie,
Wow.
which I can't afford.
No, didn't think you could.
I'll probably pay the $100, but I don't want to.
Shut the door. I'm about to stream.
Okay, we're about to stream.
Stream.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I thought I dropped the bag. Okay.
Hello to one and all. How is everybody today on this great and beautiful Monday? What? Not one? What? Not one? Oh, two watching. Hello, Jojo. How are you today? Well, I'm going to read a bit of the Bible, and then I'm going to get into the drawing, okay? Oh, we got three's one of me. Oh, that's good that you're good. I'm going to read from Timothy, 2 Timothy. Oh, that's about one of my characters. Oh, wow. Exams for the whole week. I remember those. Okay, so rest in peace. Yeah, nobody likes exams. Anyways, we're in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 10 to the end of it. So, you, however, know all about my teaching. Okay, talk to you later, Jojo. We'll be back. We'll be doing probably here for a good hour. I'll be done this in about 5 minutes or so. Anyways, you, however, know all about my teaching, my way of life, my purpose, faith, patience, love, endurance, persecution, suffering, and what kind of things have happened to me in Antioch, Iconium, and Lystra, the persecutions I have endured. Yet the Lord rescued me from all of them. In fact, everyone who wants to live a godly life in Christ Jesus will be persecuted. Yes, we will be persecuted in one shape or form or another. Um, if you want to live for Christ. Anyways, well, evildoers and imposters will go from bad to worse, deceiving and being deceived. But as for you, continue in what you have learned and have become convinced of. Yes, continue in what you've learned of God, what you've learned of Christ. Because you know those from whom you've learned it, and how from infancy. But he's talking to Timothy here. Timothy's known this from infancy, not necessarily us, because some of us are grown and have not known it from infancy. You have known the Holy Scriptures, which And the scriptures in his days would have just been the Old Testament too. So remember that, although we have the New Testament as well, which are able to make you wise for salvation through faith in Christ Jesus. All scripture is God breathed and is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness, so that the servant of God may be thoroughly equipped for every good work. In other words, scripture can help you a lot in life. And that is the Bible for the day. On to other stuff. Up first, we have my, my character Flux. I don't know a lot about him. I think he's going to be a little bit like Plastic Man. Funny, elastic, his body's in flux. And he's going to be a bit of a joker. Okay. My okay. Things want to be a pain in my butt today. Device not recognized. I don't know why you wouldn't be recognizing.
Is JoJo a new person?
He's been in before. Or he's gone at the moment. Come on, why does... Okay, let's unshare for a couple minutes. I'll try to. Hey, Brad. My tablet's wanting not to work. Yeah, checking. I just unshared my screen before I went and checked a whole bunch of junk. Don't want to dox myself or anything like that. Um, throw it at the wall. Oh, that has been my solution in the past, Brad. It has. It has. Uh, yeah. I think you mean mosquitoes, and well, it depends on where you go. You're in the woods area, they're probably a little worse than they are in the city. Uh, what is this stupid thing? Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. Damn. Okay, I just got to reinstall my tablet, the drivers. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, that would be pretty bad for mosquitoes. Hey, Chad. I just hope I won't have to restart my computer because of this. I'm gonna get. just so you know, Chad, right now, I'm waiting for my computer to reinstall my graphics tablet. I don't know what happened. I restarted my computer the other day, and it must have somehow uninstalled it or something. Heck, it was working last night. Okay. Yeah, I saw the new Bumblebee. Yeah, it looks good. You seen all the Cybertron stuff, all the original forms of the Transformers that we love. I might see this. Resume Hangouts again. Okay. Allow. Join. Okay, I'm not sure whether you can see me with this computer. Probably can't. Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, you probably
Like I
can't
said,
see
you
me
probably
with
can't see
this
me with
computer,
this computer,
but
but
it'll allow
it'll
me to
allow me
start
to
my
start my
computer to
computer
hopefully get my tablet
up and
running.
running.
So
So
you should be able to
should be
hear
able to
me.
hear me.
Oh, that was. I
That
did turn
was
the sound down on my
the sound
laptop,
laptop,
and well, I
and
spoke. My netbook picked me up, which it should.
I spoke.
So you could hear
My
me,
netbook picked
and
me
then
up.
they were really close together, so it
Hear
sort of
me.
reverberated.
And then they were really close together, so it sort of just
Yeah.
reverberated between
I
the
can tell
two.
people, I don't need you to help me, mother.
Yeah. I can tell people, I
Okay,
don't need
so
you
I'm
to help me,
restarting
mother.
my laptop. So
Okay, I'm restarting. So
yeah, it was just for the second. We shouldn't have
yeah,
it.
it was just for a second. We shouldn't have it again.
Oh,
Hold on, I gotta see. Here.
Soon as I heard it, shut up. Realized what it was and turned my sound down on my laptop. So. Okay. It's still there, okay. I don't know why it's doing it. I'll try not to talk. Oh, Mom, turn that down a bit. I think it might be getting some of the sound in here.
Are you? Well, I guess you're not talking or anything.
I'm trying not to talk much to my thing.
Yeah, I turned that down. I don't know whether I'll be able to hear it.
Yeah. Hopefully, once I get into the laptop version. Okay, trying to talk very low. I'm going to make sure the tablet's working before anything else goes on. What? I got nothing going on here. It's all coming from your netbook. Signed in so I wouldn't lose the feed. You'll know when I'm back on because there's be a picture on the screen.
Well, there is a picture on the screen, but not the picture I want. No,
Well,
I might switch.
It's got a yellow thing, that's all it's got.
It's got my emblem, my symbol.
I might just switch feeds to somebody or something else
Yeah.
until there's something actually going on.
Technical difficulties, yep. I always love technical difficulties. You've been said hi to, Mom. Okay, I am on air again. Oh. My phone is in here, David. Come get it. I'm probably all right now. Am I echoing now? Have we solved that problem at least? Okay. Now the question is whether the tablet's working. So we need to get my brush. Actually, I could probably do something without the brush, but okay. At least I'm fine for a thing. Touch nothing. You don't have to be careful now, Dave. The sound problem's solved. Hello. Boom. Okay. Yeah. Well, one problem is solved. The other seems not to be. You're getting no sound now? I'm kidding. Okay. But the tablet still seems not to want to work. There, we had it working for that one. Sorry about this. It was working all right last night. Now, oh, You know what I think my problem was, guys? It's going to be ridiculous. I was confusing one USB cord with another. My tablet wasn't working because I didn't have it plugged in. However, I thought I did have it plugged in. Okay, so now I need to get everything up and going for this, for other things. Okay, we got actual Waller. See, you might not be a fan of the skinny one as well. Actually, here's something for you, Mom. Is that now better, Mom? Can you read it from the couch? Hey, Kronos. What about now? Well, give it a second. Oh, I haven't shared yet. Duh. Okay, I'll be sharing in a couple minutes. Just running a bit late, had some technical difficulties, mainly due to my incompetence. Hey, just running around the net. Okay, now I think we should be able to share the screen. We'll hide. Oh, we got 5 in here. Okay, this is my character. Flux. As I was saying, he's probably going to be a little bit like Plastic Man. Comedic and all that. And he has like the stretchy abilities. Much more than that, I don't know about him. Oh, cool. I was trying to find that earlier today. Not sure whether I did or not. So can you see that now? The writing from the couch, Mother? It's like, can you see the writing from the couch? Can you see the writing on the screen from the couch? Can you read it? Yeah, I want to see him talk and all that as the Joker or whatever. The new guy. Yeah, I like Cesar Romero for the Joker the best. Well, Hamill's got a great Joker voice. We haven't ever seen him as the Joker in real life. Probably the closest we've ever seen Hamill to the Joker in real life when he's been Trickster on the two Flash series, and probably more the the recent one. Seems more Jokerish in that. And this is all my opinion, of course, on these various things. It's all our own opinions on who the best Joker is. Now, most of us may agree, but that's beside the point. Actually, he might be good for a Joker in a Return of the Joker thing for what's the name of it? Batman Beyond. This character is called Flux. He is Plastic Man-ish Dave. Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, they had the Joker, I think, return earlier last year, or whatever, the last couple years in the comics. No, or was that no? No, that was Bruce. Okay, I'm getting my storylines mixed up. And it wasn't really, so it wasn't the Joker, it was Joker Toxic. So I guess he'd portray an old Tim Drake portraying the Joker. Yeah, the Batman who laughs. Although that Batman's not too old, so. Hold on, people. Hello, Cal. Good. Yeah, he is. There he is. I am Bach. Help you with the furniture. I had a hoodie that didn't belong to me. I just put a hoodie. Yeah, I haven't read all that storyline, the Dark Knight's Metal yet. I'm like back. No, I'm like almost a year behind in my comic reading for at least, well, further than that for Marvel. Thank goodness. And DC, I'm like back first week of last November. So just been concentrating on other stuff. So plus, it didn't help that I couldn't get them for a while. So. Okay. Did you know that the first TV show Oh wow, that's cool. So that would even mean the Batman. Whatchamacallit? Uh, Serial would be public domain, domain here in Canada. Action Comics would be like, would that be public domain here in Canada? Action Comics #1? How do you find out all this information, Kronos? Okay, I gotta stop here, read a couple of the chats. Okay, in Canada way copyright works is from the first published, so if it started in 66, the whole thing is actually public. Neat loophole. I read I read them. If one if one is to do what is available easier on you. Often you might borrow a little. It could be cool to new NAFTA deal with forced, however. Yeah. uh, you can just leave it up there, Dave.
Throw it from here.
You catch.
I got it. How can I catch when I got it?
From one hand to the other?
Oh, yeah. I'll keep it out.
He's gonna need it if Cal calls back, so why doesn't he just keep it out there? Sorry about that, people. Okay. King got attacked. Yeah, I heard about that, about the Dean Cain thing. DVD. DVD. That's a lot in Canada. You can't copy now that it has. Do you mean DVD-R or DVD? Or just DVD? Lobster! Well, I would hope he'd be cool because Dean Cain, from what I know, is supposed to be a Christian. So yes, they do. Ruin everything. They ruined everything! Hey, Ollie! Wanna go for a spin? I was not trying to talk like Dean Cain. Now I don't know who I'm trying to talk like. Okay, so what have we got here? I think you killed Michael. I killed your goldfish, come on. And depends on where you go and what brand you get. Okay. Yeah, I can believe it. Take weeks to convert. Well, control Z. I can believe that. I'll buy that for $1 plus 2. I forgot to put that little line there. Oh well. Can't afford it, so won't. Me? I'm doing my character Flux. He's sort of plastic manish. Manish. I forgot to do. Cool. Yeah, I don't really want to do stuff when a hacker hits your site. That's it. Hey, for sure, merger. Hey, Action! The average is probably male. Age probably in his 40s, 30s or 40s. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of one, delete, yes, control A. I know it says stated a lot. Um, it's not younger because most of the people, they're not doing a lot to make comics interesting for the younger crowd. There's a few that are in, but I think your majority. And there's the fact that younger people don't have a lot of money to spend, unlike older people. By older people, I do mean like just 30s or 40s compared to like teenagers or 20s. Yeah, but I think Nasser's an exception. Yeah, there are a few people that are, for now, in the here and the now, because I got into comics in my teens, but and I spent whatever allowance I had on them. Well, I wouldn't call it an allowance, but money that I got on them. Yeah, sure, I was interested in girls, but girls weren't really interested in me. So I got into comics. Then you might be I'm not sure how old you are, Chad, but you might be a bit of an exception too. Then again, I don't know. It's hard to say. A lot of young kids are into superheroes, so definitely into the superhero movies. But for reading the average comic, that's a different story. So, and some people get into it via the thing. It's hard to say the average. Mike Miller's talked about it a few times, the average age and all that. And they don't have a lot of people coming into comics. You've got the people that have been into it for, 30, 40 years, or maybe 20 or whatever. Okay, so this is my Angel Flight. I do have a little bit of history on him. I will actually read that in a sec for people. A second or two. Okay, so not going to be able to see the chat. I guess I could put the chat up beside. Okay, so here is Flight. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're SJWs, and as we know, SJWs do not usually buy much. Anyways, okay, Flight. I don't have an actual what his function is as a thing. Probably a warrior. Not necessarily specific. He's 12 foot in height. I don't have a weight for him. His hair is auburn. Eyes are green. Group affiliation, the Angelic Hosts of Heaven, and eventually the Holy Warriors. What?
Hello, gang.
Mom says hello to the gang. Um, City of Residence is mobile. I don't know when he's first going to appear. I'm not sure when his origins are going to be put in. What issue? Known relatives. Now he isn't literally brother or whatever of these people, of these things. The angelic hosts of heaven, are all his brethren. And the demonic hordes of hell, although he does not like to admit the latter is true. They're literally related like you and me would be, but you know, they're brothers in arms or whatever. So I just figured I'd say that. Or since they were probably all created about the same time, I figured call them brothers or relatives. That was my thinking. So Flight was created at an unknown time before the fall of man. He was made to be, and to our knowledge, always will be part of the warrior caste of the angelic host. Since the rebellion in heaven, he has fought in countless battles. In those battles, he has won quite a lot of them. He has also been wounded and even lost battles for various reasons. Presently, he has an assignment. Presently, his assignment is to an angelic task force. The purpose of this task force is to do whatever missions God gives him. His team answers directly to God Almighty due to it being made up of more than one type of angel. His skills and powers in heaven or on earth. Can you turn that down a bit, please? In heaven or on earth, amongst the angelic hosts of heaven or the demonic hordes of hell, there is no match for Flight in his aerial tactics and maneuvers. While flying, he can reach speeds of up to 10,000 miles per hour, literally becoming a blur of light, and stop to nothing in 5 seconds. In other words, he can go from 10,000 miles per hour to nothing, zero. Stopped on a dime, as they say. According to human standards, he has metahuman strength. His strength is natural among his kind. His strength exceeds that of Samson of the Bible. He has a mastery of all weapons known to man and some that are not known to man. So there is a bit of the history of Flight and information on him. One of the few that I've been able to do that with on this channel. In doing these remastered stuff. So it's nice to actually be able to give some good information or somewhat good information of a character I've somewhat flushed out. So anybody else got anything they want to talk about, ask, whatever? Yeah, for sure, a little bit. Well, all people can have good ideas. It's just what do people want? And if most of the people are men buying the comics, it's what do they want in their comics? Not what do you want to force feed them? For sure. So tonight I am going to be doing my character Absorb. Now I know I do have him on this channel as I've done him before. But I'm gonna do a real good version of him. Not that the one that I did before wasn't that bad, but I've just I figured out how I'm choosing my characters for my mine. Unless somebody sort of goes through my website, sees what I have, and they actually request a certain one. Thanks. Oh, Matt, this is an old drawing copied from somebody else's, and I put on all the my stuff, but I had to, make sure it fit right and looked right and all that. Although I'm fairly good at the foreshortening, I think, when I do it. My stuff that I'm actually trying at. I know folks want a good story. They want good story and good art. I might be able to forgive a little of the story, the art, if the story's good, but Oh. All right. Oh, I hate these wings. Yeah. Said mail it. And the last thing that you said about mail industries, you just said mail industries not typically dominate it. Action. Like up a little further on the screen. Well, mail industry, I'm not trying to split hairs, but mail industry is very different statement than male, typically male dominated. I'm not sure what I consider male industry. Male pattern baldness is a male industry. Because you don't see many bald females unless they're bald by choice. Yeah, I hadn't read your apology part yet. I am more focused on the drawing than the chat. I wouldn't say it's the feminist agenda. I'd say it's the SAW is ruining comics, which is completely different. They may at times align themselves with them, the SJWs, but I wouldn't say. And some of them are SJWs in the feminist thing, but I wouldn't call them SJWs. They have their own agenda, mind you, which isn't good for us. I'm not trying to. Well, the one thing's true. Obviously, Brad didn't quite get what you meant because of the two different wordings. At first, I don't know whether he does now or what. I wouldn't say Elizabeth is a SJW myself. Nobody wants to see comics fall apart. Least of all me. But we have to know what we're fighting against too, precisely. I think, anyways. Because if we end up attacking the wrong target, we can make more enemies than what we need to. Yes, we're fighting against a leftist liberal agenda, however you want to say it, I guess. And trust me, I know that agenda all too well. I got Bustin' Boudreaux as a prime minister. We're fighting against political correctness. That's where it started. Fighting against a lot of stuff, and it's hard. We got many things on our plate. Hello to everybody who's watching. Uh, but we can't make, like women made us the enemies, or the feminists make us the enemy. We can't make women the enemy. Women aren't the enemy. It's the system that's the enemy. The system that they've bought into. Yeah, but political correctness gets you to stop instead of saying, gets you in trouble for just saying Oriental instead of Asian or stuff like that. Or African American instead of black. Or political correctness said, oh, women are better at taking care of kids, so no matter what, you give them to them. Years ago. Everybody tries to take advantage of the system to their own gain. Well, not everybody, a lot of people. It's the system we're fighting. Wait a minute. Uh, can we dial this down a notch? I don't want any.
You know what? You know I was gonna say something. Action.
I don't want heads getting too hot here. I want this to be an environment where people can come. I believe in everybody the right to have their own opinion, and we can get facts from somewhere. I don't know where anybody's getting facts when. I don't want too much fighting here, guys. You know, they're supposed to be comics aren't supposed to be about fighting. They're supposed to be about fighting bad guys. Too often, the heroes get fighting each other instead of the bad guy, and that makes things worse. Try not to fight each other. Let's try and fight the actual bad guys. Like I said, I won't deny guys get a raw deal a lot of the times in certain areas, but women get raw deals too in certain areas. We all get raw deals in certain areas. It's not right, but unfortunately, it's life. Do you try and fight it? Yes. the best you can. I just want to. I know I'm not sure what I sound like, but I hope I don't sound like an idiot or whatever. I want us to be friends. I want us to be able to love each other. I know we're probably not all Christians here, but we, for those that are, we are brothers and sisters in the faith. We need to love each other. We, and I'm not sure. We're going to have differences of opinions based on what we know or what we think we know. And I don't know why it can be, I don't know what to say. I want this to be a place for people to come in. True. I agree. You got to tell people when they're wrong, but you're also, sometimes they're not going to believe you that they're wrong. They're just going to continue believing what they want to believe. That goes for all of us. We can all be idiots in that regard. The best way to change people's minds, though, in my opinion, is with not just saying the facts, but showing the facts. Because we can all say stuff. He's gonna, like you, I don't believe it's nowhere near 90% is the abuse number that women do. I've done Plan to Protect. That's a thing in my church for kids. I don't know how many times. And more, the abuse by men is more than it is by women. That I know as a statistic. And I probably should have said something. And I'm not sure whether he's still here, but Dave, let's not get into that right now. Not talking to you, Brad. You know, I don't deny he's gotten a raw deal. Heck, I've gotten a raw deal of life. Part of it's due to me, part of it's due to society, part of it's due to a whole bunch of nonsense. But unfortunately, sometimes that sours people on certain things, and for good or bad. And yeah, you got to try and tell them when they're right or wrong or whatever. But you also need to know when to give up. Yeah. Uh, if you're listening, action, I got nothing against you. I love you, brother. You have your opinion or whatever you want to call it. You believe in this wholeheartedly, great. You know, fight the system. Yeah. Or try no, anyways. Yeah, that's 53. You said 90. 90 is not 53. It's like 40% away. You said women statistically abuse more kids than men and get custody like 90% of the time. Well, yeah, I guess she didn't say it was 90%, but reading it quick, it certainly made it sound like 90%. But there's been major years where men have been more the abusers than women too. It's probably the statistics evened out both ways. I don't know. I I just know that I don't know what I know. I'll be back in a minute, folks. I gotta go to the washroom.
I guess you could. But I won't let. Man. I'm just not wearing. Why don't I just go with red? I'm trying to why my word. You're not even with the situation either. Yeah, but you won't be able to read it.
Hey, I'm back. What has been said? Okay, 2000. Said over 90. I find that tough for the males. Unfortunately, it's just in a pendulum swinging one way and then the other. Not knowing their fathers equals. No statistic. No, statistically, I can find. Probably, and then the question is what type of abuse versus what type of abuse. Not that any abuse is good. What are they using for the term abuse too? There's lots of things that need to be considered. In my opinion, when arguing this stuff, get away with. Well, I'd say most stuff doesn't make it into the papers, but that's. I'm just trying to catch up. Yeah, yes, I admit women are favorite nowadays. There was once a time probably men were more favorite than women. Okay, my kids. Yeah, won't mean anything to them, and in a sense, it probably doesn't mean anything to you because you're the one that's being done to. But there's also kids that get fatherless due to lots of different reasons. Yeah, well, by some people, it's considered abusive. I'm not caught up with the conversation. House, uh, the whole, and the point was to give custody. Yeah, they abuse in more subtle ways. Women, if when they do, guys do physical abuse more and sexual. Talking about, uh, well, the whole point is supposedly. I'm not sure about the 50-50 thing there. I think it should be done case by case. Whether that would equal out to 50-50, that is a totally different thing. Unfortunately, some fathers, even with their kids, aren't having equal time. That doesn't matter. I'm not sure. Equal. I'm not sure about the equal time thing, but and that goes on all day. Yeah, because fathers are usually working. Women usually stay at home, do the work there. I am caught up, I think. Can we just agree that we're going to disagree on this subject? Or on certain points? There's not much I can do down there in the States. I don't know the statistics here for Canada. Offhand. I know I've done what's called Plan to Protect. That's stuff in my church for, protecting the kids and all that. And I think part of that's a raw deal because, more guys have committed physical abuse and stuff like that. We're not supposed to be allowed to, even take the kids to the washroom. And I think that's bullcrap, but it is what it is. It's insurance stuff and all that. And that's a different topic to it's on topic, but different to what you're talking about. Yeah, well, my research been done for the stuff that I talk about has been done for me by insurance companies and stuff like this. I can find my Plan to Protect stuff from years ago. Okay. I've dealt with a lot of single moms in my, well, maybe not a lot, but I I don't know what I'm pretty sure they've done research, to cover their ass and stuff like that, to give the church insurance and all that, on this stuff. So what their research is exactly, I have no idea. Have they done it? I'm pretty sure of that. Can I be 100% positive? No. Have you went and done all these studies yourself, or have you just taken somebody's word for it, like whatever that study that you quoted earlier? You didn't do the research; they did. Technically, you want to go that way. We're just taking all these research companies as whatever for it. And I'm sure the insurance company themselves didn't do the research. They probably gathered the research that was out there. Maybe it's different there in the States than it is in Canada. The single moms and stuff like that I've observed in church and different places. I've seen single dads here with kids, and the moms not have them. You know, all I can say is from what I've seen too. I wouldn't. That's sort of research, but not real research. Because it's a very small pocket of the whole population. Yeah, I know about that sort of stuff. About if they get pregnant by you, that they can decide to have the baby or not have the baby, no matter what you say. And I'd say that's wrong. I've seen I've seen guys with custody for years here in Canada. Like I said, yeah, there's a lot of junk that goes on here in Canada. I don't disagree. We got the idiot prime minister, but we've had the Conservative Party in power here many times, and we have lots of good stuff here too. It's not so. Our prime minister right now is feminist and identity politics and all that, but we also, we have had it for many years, as much as the guys and the women, to my knowledge. Okay. I know women like one of the honey. Yeah, but they have to prove that here. you, you make an allegation of sexual abuse, it has to be proved. Yeah, you can quote that rule, but they can make that mothers can say that the father sexually abused them, but it has to be proven. No, in Canadian courts for that you have to. It has to be proven. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. That I know. I'm not saying that silver bullet rule doesn't exist. I watch enough stuff to know that that isn't true. I know women can say that, oh, I was sexually abused or whatever, blah, 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 but it has to be proven. They can't just willy nilly say it and get away with it. There has to be proof that that actually happened. Oh, in the court of public opinion, it doesn't have to be proven, but in the court of law, it does. Is well, yeah, till yes, till he sort of proves that, yeah, I can get that, but they're protecting the kids just in case it is true. You want to get a kid out of if there is abuse, you do want to get them out of a potential abuse situation. But other than that, then they go to court over it, and the guy's going to most likely be able to prove that nothing was done by him. And as soon as it's proven, yeah, I guess in that sense it's innocent, guilty till proven innocent. But unfortunately, safety sometimes comes before whatever, however you want to say it. But safety of the kid comes first. And as much as I hate to say it, and they got just like if a woman was accused of abusing her kids, I'm sure that they're taken right from them too. Oh, it ruins him. Yeah, I don't disagree that their accusation can ruin a guy. And women doing that are just nasty. I don't Okay, yes, the safety of the kid is innocent until proven guilty. But what if the guy is actually guilty? You don't know that until somebody proves one way or another whether he's guilty or not. Do you want somebody who's actually abusing a kid to still have access to that kid? Neither do I, but the unfortunate part is that, yeah, I agree that the fact that there are more false allegations out there than there are real ones. I agree with that fact. But yeah, and I agree the stigma is there and it's wrong. You know, if you're proven innocent or not guilty or however you want to word it, it shouldn't be there. Now, I know women are doing it to men because I don't acknowledge that because women in that regard can be nasty. Men are just more. It's probably done to women too a little bit. Again, you don't hear about it. I won't say it's not done, but you know, women tend to be a little bit more nastier in certain ways. Yeah, I know it's a slippery slope, but what's more slippery? The kid getting abused even more if they are getting abused. Do you want to keep them in that position if they are still getting abused? Uh, it, there's probably no really good solution, and the safety of the kids should be prominent, permanent, whatever, top over anyone's innocence or guilt. Uh, Violent, I would tend to disagree with that. Do they abuse men? Or do men get abused by women physically? Yes, there are some out there that do. I don't disagree with that. But more often, can you guys keep it down a little? Yeah, well, that may be the bat with the biological. That may be a good solution in the Bible, and I don't disagree with that. But then we also need what, unfortunately, even in biblical days, women. You don't need women being treated like property or whatever that they were in some. Like if you take in Jesus's day before Jesus died and all that, women were treated very close to property, and that's wrong too. I'll be back. I like to have this it's the woman that who bore them didn't even tell him that he had to for years. So now he's very so he's very anti-woman. Can't blame him, but you were going for yeah, but that's this is I heard you were trying to talk about this is what you Okay. Okay. Yeah, as long as okay. Safest place for children with women, and women is with biological father. As long as nobody's being an idiot. Good solution is biblical one, as long as it's Christian centered biblical. Good Christian centered biblical. Lafalo, the new studies and independent stock. Yeah, more controlling. I can say, yeah, they're feminine wiles. They control their guys more. Stock more, I can maybe agree with because women get emotionally attached easier. But that doesn't say violence. Old feminist studies that left out women's behavior say men are more abusive. New information, not the old facts, are not what we were led to believe. Oh, well, I just say you got to make sure you're getting balanced research too. But I've been at this like I don't know anybody who's like that because that's not my circle of friends, shall we say. I don't roll in those circles. But it's been documented over and over that a lot of men get drunk, get violent, and they beat their women. They beat their kids. That's documented. And I hate to say it, and this is probably the bad example because most men are nowhere near like this, but look at Islamic society. They beat their women left, right, and center. Well, maybe not left, right, and center. That's a little too thing. They are very bad for men. So, and they'll do it for and no reason. Well, the guy has a reason, may not be a good reason, but he always has a reason. But that said, I've been at this like 2.5 hours now, drawing and all that. I think I'm going to end the stream for now. It's been good talking. Um, if you've enjoyed the drawing, and if you've enjoyed the whatever you want to call the debate, hit the thumbs up. If you've yet to subscribe, subscribe. I don't believe it should be like that, but and there's a bit we can do, yeah, but I'm not sure what the solution is, but I don't know what to say. Anyways, hit the notification, share, comment, all that lovely stuff. Check out the links in my description. Have a great and wonderful day. Love everybody. And I need to bring up my... Yes, as long as we're getting from the right part of the Bible. Okay, bye. Love everybody. God bless. Have a great, wonderful day.